Hello, my name is Jamila Rowe. I am a junior at Coppin State University majoring in special education. Today I'm going to share with you my philosophy on special education and how I believe students with exceptional needs should be taught. Education is defined as the act or process of imparting or acquiring particular knowledge or skills as for a profession. But as educators, people come to learn that education goes far beyond that. In the field of special education, there is much more to be learned than reading, writing, and arithmetic. Special education encompasses social development as well as cognitive. One main purpose of special education is to teach necessary tools to become a contributing factor in society. Learners are expected to be educated to grade 12 and to graduate with a certificate of completion. From that point, learners are expected to obtain a job or pursue a degree of higher education. Without a basic K-12 education, neither one is possible. In addition, reading, writing, and arithmetic, education is also designed to promote cognitive development. These processes are defined as acquiring intelligence and increasingly advanced thought and problem-solving ability from infancy to adulthood. This is critical in determining cause and effect and how one thing relates to another. Teachers and facilitators also hope to integrate children socially. It is valuable for children to be able to interact with peers in order to build social strengths. Social strengths support student success by creating a classroom and enhancing classroom morale, ultimately making them more receptive to peer-to-peer learning opportunities. As a facilitator of education, my role is multidimensional. My primary role as an educator is to provide high-quality demonstration of skills and information that can be used as building blocks for future learning. These skills range from academic success to social integration and cognitive development. As a teacher, I am also responsible for providing a learning environment that is suited for all learning styles to ensure all students are successful in learning these skills. Since there are many ways in which children receive and retain information, my role as an educator is to ensure that multiple media formats are used to appeal to the various learning styles. As a teacher, I will identify with each student individually to personalize the learning experience. By targeting each student's zone of proximal development, students can achieve mastery levels in all concepts. Above all, as a teacher, I will be a role model for my students. Based on Lev Vygotsky's social cultural theory, my students will develop as a result of cooperative dialogues between children and more knowledgeable members of society. Children learn the culture of their community through these interactions. I will be the example. In conjunction with teachers, the learner has a responsibility in education as well. Learners are expected to arrive to their educational setting prepared to learn, ready to receive the information. Learners are also expected to apply what is learned to real-life situations. For example, elementary-age children should be able to apply the ability to count money based on what they learned in school. Another example would be writing skills obtained in grade school. They are necessary to complete college essays and to complete job applications. In addition to being ready to receive and apply information, learners have a role in being transparent with their teacher. An example of learner transparency is being able to tell your teacher that you don't understand a concept. Oftentimes, learners don't express that they don't understand a concept until it is too late, after an exam or a failed class. Despite measurement tools that teachers use to assess clarity and application, learners should be willing to ask for help and attend various coach classes and tutoring sessions. 21st century learners have an abundance of resources for learning support, ranging from tutoring in school to peer-to-peer study groups and online support. A critical role in education is the culture and environment. Your environment is described as the conditions and influences that surround you. These conditions must be conducive for learning. In Piaget's theory on nature versus nurture, nurturing is described as the adaptation of children to the demands of the environment in ways that meet their own goals. In this context, your environment includes your family, your peers, your home environment, your community, your churches, and even your local businesses. These entities support children's ability to learn. For example, when a learner comes home from school, there should be a place for a child to do his homework. Family members should insist that children do their homework immediately following school to increase the chances of skill and information retention. Businesses could support schools and students' success by offering student discounts for students that achieve high grades on their report cards or sponsoring a back-to-school night for uniforms and school supplies. These types of events get students excited about school and it encourages them to be successful. This small task pans out to be extremely important to child's academic progress and overall success. Having an environment in which learning is encouraged and supported all day, every day, and everywhere allows for learners to maintain a level of excitement and engagement in academic settings. It is also important for the environment to remain consistent. Many students don't adapt well to change, and although one aspect of the environment may change, it is important that other aspects remain the same. As a special educator, by demonstrating the outcomes of the education conceptual framework, I will be able to provide the highest level of engagement possible to effectively teach to all learning styles. I will establish innovative ways in which to communicate information to all students. Being a reflective facilitator of special education, I will invent new ways of conveying the old information through means of visual effects, audio, and real-life experiences to all of my students. As a reflective facilitator, I will be able to systematically use all media formats to appeal to students while also providing hands-on opportunities for students to understand the different ways in which they are learning and the ways that work best for them. I will reform special education by adapting a more student-centered approach for learners. Students are more likely to be successful in learning a concept if they are in charge of how they receive the information. And I believe students in special education should have those same opportunities. As I evolve as a teacher, I will create opportunities for my students to make decisions about their educational needs. Demonstrating the outcomes of educational framework and modeling as a reflective facilitator of teaching, I will ensure that my students are receiving a quality education tailored to fit their individual needs. I intend to provide my students with a high-quality learning experience that will further their educational goals. Thank you very much for listening to my philosophy on special education.